Now, while I was editing some of this shit, I ended up remembering, well, I saw again, that there were new stories to be done. Not these expeditions, I don't care about those, but the Croft Manor. Specifically, Blood Ties. I want to check out exactly what this is. So, yeah, I'm going to check out what this is, because this seems curious to me. Blood Ties. Let's see. Rise of the Tomb Raider Blood Ties.
Final notice to Lara Croft, a current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the manor, somewhere. Dad's safe.
So, I have no idea what this is, per se, before I jump into this, but from the sound of things, it seems as though this is like a non-canon side story.
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. I see but polite grace from Mother, indifference and disinterest from Father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement, though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done now. Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect. Such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me. My time with Richard has only made this clearer.
Alright. So I think I'm gonna like this, because first off, it's in the Croft Manor, which is this is like the only time I've really played in the Croft Manor, aside from one other thing that I'm not gonna mention right now because it'll be spoiler. But also because Laura's wearing that nice outfit that I mentioned I like in the main game. I feel like this is going to give me a lot of backstory to Laura's family, and I like that. So I think I'm going to like this.
It must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did.
Yeah. Alright. It's a...
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria.
Where's... Oh, there it is.
He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb.
Where's... Wait. But there's a bug on my screen. Well, Laura, that doesn't really mean shit to me, because I don't exactly know where the tomb was. It was somewhere in Syria, that's all I know. Oh, wait, that's your entire point. Never mind. Fuck you, game. What is this?
My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing. That's my handwriting. My penmanship was pretty good.
Better than mine, hell. Wait, what does it say? The treasure of the ancients. Shit. You know, one thing that I have learned from playing the Tomb Raider trilogy, the reboot one, starring Camilla Luddington as the voice and motion capture for Lara, is that I find a female British accent to be extraordinarily sexy. I just gotta put that out there right now. Okay, Lara, I want to know how the fuck it is that your dad's been dead for how fucking long,
Dad's papers somewhere.
and yet you don't have the
Maybe in the
combination to
library.
his fucking safe. What the
The
fuck?
door to the library. Locked. There's got to be another way through.
I also feel like this is gonna be the side story well, actually, is this canon? I don't know. This actually could be canon. I don't even know. This side story though is gonna be the one that I like to do because the other ones are like based around combat and shooting, whereas this one seems to be based on exploration and learning about Lara, which I'd strongly prefer to just gunning down enemies.
Dad's artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt.
Sounds like the movie The Mummy. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Rachel Weisz is in that movie, and she's hot. Well, in that movie she was. Let's see.
Hi, Dad. I've been thinking about Mum lately. I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing? And I guess I just want to know, did she love me, Dad? Did she ever say that she did? Maybe I'm just being silly, but will you tell me more about her the next time I'm home from school?
So far, this game reminds me of a survival horror game to some degree, because like all the pertinent information is given through files, which I don't mind. Plus, Lara narrates them
The Grand
herself.
Hall. Always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix.
Okay, like, have you not been to this manor in like years? Because, like, your dad's been dead for how long? And you're clearly trying to get in control. Oh my God, you're clearly clearly trying to get in legal control of it. Holy shit! There we go. You haven't been here for years. There's a fucking hole in the fucking ceiling. Dude, okay, like, if you want this goddamn manor so badly, then why the fuck have you waited this long to do it? I don't know. I question you right now, Laura. Goodness gracious, woman. Like, the files, I don't have to read them myself, because Laura does it.
You know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see...
West Wing?
We've been through this.
Was Mum's room in here?
Just stay out of there, darling.
West Wing? What is it, the
Dad was
fucking White
always
House?
so protective of the West Wing.
Yeah, that's where the Oval Office is. I don't know, that's the White House. God, this place is a goddamn derelict, though. The only times I'm gonna narrate this shit myself is when they do it like they... What was it? I think it was actually this goddamn game! Where they do it all fucking slowly. I'm recording this particular part like a while after I record the main game. And it's locked. Missing gear. Oh, the a key is not fucking gear, bro. Unless by gear you just mean any sort of item. I swear, dude, this is like a non-survival horror version of Resident Evil, man. Files over the place, locked doors, you need keys to unlock. Next thing you know, there are gonna be fucking zombies in here.
This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What was she doing in here?
Fuck Anna.
Someone has a sense of humor.
What sense of humor? What? I don't understand that. Maybe it's a British thing that I'm too American to understand. In case you haven't noticed, I'm an American cracker. Oh. You can narrate on dish. Oh, never mind.
I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising from the ashes and being born anew.
Isn't that what phoenixes do? Something about rising from the ashes. And that's where I came from. Downstairs we go.
What are you doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
The soul of an explorer and the body of a fucking god. This bitch doesn't die no matter what happens. She arbitrarily got hurt one time in the first game, and that's it.
Hey, Jonah. Sorry for not getting back to you sooner. I've decided to do some research at the manor. A lot has happened, and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories and secrets. Uncle Atlas has tried to keep me out of here for so long, I don't even know if I want to keep it.
Okay.
After everything that's happened, maybe I can find out what it still means to me. If it's worth fighting him for. I'll let you know how things worked out when I'm back in London.
So that asshole's been keeping you away from this fucking place? Interesting.
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
Yeah, well, I played Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which is your next trip, and you did not pack that, so your memory's about as good as mine. My memory is atrocious. Let's see. Can I go outside? Flashlight. Oh, but that's a flashlight?
Should be able to explore the dark now.
Oh. You know, I feel like this is canon now, because I thought that was like a camera. Laura does indeed use a flashlight in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, so she did indeed remember to bring it. Huh. Okay, you can't go outside. I feel like this is canon now, though. Because again, in this game, she just has an infinite supply of glow sticks, but in Shadow, she actually does use flashlight, so I feel like she did remember to keep it. I mean, it looked like a goddamn camera. Oh my god, the master key.
Another one of Dad's immortality artifacts. I think Roth bought this for him from a trader in Greece.
Roth, one of the people who didn't return for the other two games with an actual reason. Oh yeah, Sam's reason. I found the story behind this. Sam's reason that they don't explain the games because fuck the story, right? Is she was haunted by visions of Himiko from the first game, and whenever she saw Laura, it kind of triggered those hallucinations and nightmares and shit, and it got to the point where she distanced herself from Laura altogether, and that is why she doesn't talk to Laura anymore. There we go, that's the backstory, which they could have explained at some point in this fucking game, but decided not to, because fuck backstory, right? Jonah's here, that one motherfucker who was, I think, he was the cook, actually, because I just got done fucking uploading the last goddamn game. He was the fucking cook on their goddamn ship. And he's the important one all of a sudden. I'm fine with the backstory they gave for Sam, the Himiko thing, but like, give the fucking backstory. I had to look that shit up on the fucking internet. Fuck, game. This shit should be explained in the fucking game. Jesus. Fuck. Ooh, statue.
I'm not sure. I really need to brush up on my ancestors one of these days.
Same, man. Ancestry.com, I think. Yeah, fuck if I knew what it is as well. Oh. Come on.
The author came in the post last week, and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet.
Okay, I'm gonna read this one. This is too slow already. Where I will meet him shortly. I never told him I was submitting my work, never thought there was a chance of being accepted. But a gallery tour is not something I could pass up. The show will take me away from England for over a year. I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States. And God, I'm giddy even writing these words. When Richard and I were married, I was prepared to relegate my painting to a hobby. But it was Richard who objected, who gave me my... I don't know how to pronounce that. Maybe I should have had her narrate it. And studio. Without that support, I might still be painting boring landscapes. Now I can't shake the foolish sensation that leaving would be a betrayal. He will laugh at that and insist I accept, even though I know it will break his heart to be apart. He never once asked me to sacrifice this part of life for his. I have, of course, in 1,000 small ways over the years, but he would never ask. The discussion can wait. Okay. Okay, so he didn't ask you to betray who you are. Good to go. That would have taken like 3 times longer if I had had her read the goddamn thing. I don't blame the voice actors for putting emotion into it, but like, I'm just too impatient to sit through it. Although I still want to know the info. Can I still, I can't sprint in here. I got the flashlight. So there's a dark space somewhere. Let me go back in here. Is there a dark space in here anywhere? Or did I miss anything? I missed this.
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist. I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health.
I know, right?
I somehow doubt you've so easily abandoned your irrational claims. Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you use the Croft assets to indulge the same obsession that led to my sister's death. It's not too late to relinquish your claims on the man of Volontaire.
That's great, bro. I don't care about your threats.
This is the map I made for my first
What?
expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages.
Okay, I don't think I'm smoking crack when I say that that map was not in here the first time. I don't think I skipped over it. Either way though, so where the fuck am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. Down staircase, upstairs. I'm pretty sure I can go back to that map when I need to. Aha! So... what?
Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor.
You know, I like how they switched to the flashlight from Shadow of the Tomb Raider even before that game comes out.
Amelia, the news has reached Mother. She knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But, for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family.
He's coming over there because he's worried about who she's fucking. There we go. That's the letter. As I said, I'm impatient, dude. Oh god.
Falling apart. Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place.
Let me read this first.
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together.
Well, I'd say Amelia and I have passed that test with flying colors. Indeed, these last few months in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary. She and Rolf got on like old uni-chums. The fuck? In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hour. What the fuck are the wee hours? What is that? You mean the midnight hours? I bet they were also fucking. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken it to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in an old town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. Thanks, Uncharted 2. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia. Oh shit. In fact, I don't think I can wait any longer. Oh shit. I will ask for her hand tomorrow, in the bright Egyptian sun amidst the dust and ruin. Hey man, you do you. In, what's it called? In fucking Man of Medan, that one motherfucker might propose underwater.
I'm not surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
I say it's irrational, but some would call it romantic. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can open that door. Just in case. I'm pretty sure it's locked, right? That's what I thought. The master key.
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years.
I've tried to best keep my... Well, I try my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard. But I just can't let you go to this ill-conceived expedition without saying my piece. You say Richard's theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon something mystic, unknown truth. But I have seen nothing to support such claims. And while your word may have been enough in times past, I cannot let you squander away what remains of your name and reputation, and that of our family, truth be told, on some damn foolish crusade. I intend to go to Richard's investors and let them know exactly how he's spending their money. But I wanted to give you a chance to put a stop to this yourself. Please don't go to Tibet, at least not for me. Just not for Laura. Laura!
Still just as creepy as I remember.
Not gonna lie, dude. I mean, not this day and age, but like, if I was a child, dude, like, this fucking basement would creep me the fuck out. This would be like the type of place where, like, you would stay away from or just go in, like, to have fun. This is the kind of place where you fuck with your siblings, dude. Hey, you pussy, I bet you won't go down to the basement.
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I want
to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. No shit. She's having trouble remembering her now and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions. It's a fucking missing parent. The fuck do you expect, you dumb fuck? Later in the day, she set a trap for me. In the walk-in freezer of all places! Yo! I mentioned this in fucking, what, number 2? Yeah, because I just got, I'm editing it currently. Dude, that's a little thing you can do. That's like in the older fucking, like, PS1 fucking Tomb Raider games. You can take, who the fuck is writing this shit? Winston, I guess? Dude. You can lock his ass in the fucking walk-ass freezer. Like, he follows you around, and there's like this way out, and like you can like kind of leave and like leave him in there. Bro, that's like an Easter egg. I like that. I played the original PS1 version of, I think, Tomb Raider 2 or 3 like one time, like a long ass time ago. Whichever fucking one had the freezer in. I played it a little bit long ass time ago. I played that one, I played Underworld for a little bit, and I played the reboot trilogy. Before I knew what was happening, I found myself locked inside. Mrs. Sheffield discovered me an hour later, shivering and somewhat peeved. It took us an additional hour to find Laura on the grounds. I know all her hiding places, of course, but this time she really didn't want to be found. Call it years of observation, but I can tell when she's out of sorts. My lord, if I may be so bold, she misses you fiercely, she is lonely for her I say she's lonely for her goddamn mother based on the first fucking paragraph he wrote there. But,
Poor
whatever.
Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
Shit. He's also a creepy old man who stalked the fuck out of you, if I remember correctly. Which is why you lock him in the goddamn freezer, at least player-wise.
I'm at a crossroads now. Good lord, that's such a cliche. But there's truth in it. 2 roads before me. Both present joy and compromise. A life with Richard, adventure, intellectual pursuit, perhaps a new family. But also a man obsessed with something I cannot understand. Or a life of obligation, upholding the de Mornay name, embracing our traditions, not losing the family that raised me. Oh, this really is a rubbish choice.
Rubbish.
I don't want to lose them, but I love the life I've started to build with Richard. He comes with his own difficulties, but I can accept.
Will be enough. You know, I think it's funny the way British people say shit. It's a rubbish time, or bloke. Or bloke's another one. Or, cause I bloody well please. Like they say bloody a lot. I say I bloody well please. Oh, bollocks. I think it's funny the British terms like that.
Everything is almost ready for Mistress Lara's birthday expedition surprise. It's been a bit of an all-hands-on-deck effort organizing the affair and keeping it secret. She's obsessed with Egypt, memorizing hieroglyphs and ancient Egyptian districts, so she'll be delighted with what Lord Croft has come up with. This will be good for her. She's been acting
up as of late, but I know she's just craving more of her father's attention. He's been so buried in his research. It will be a nice moment when the two of them reconnect. And I do believe it needs as much as she does. That's great. So she has daddy issues, which, in some respects, is even better. Although in some other respects, not. Like I've known a chick before who had major daddy issues, and let's just say it was kind of weird. I'm not naming names, so I can say it. Let's just say that she was not sexually interested in you as like in any guy unless they were old enough to be her dad. Yeah. Yeah. I guess sometimes that's what daddy issues do. Wait, is there anything else over here though
King to
first?
Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him.
I personally know the basic premise of chess, how all the pieces move, but fuck if I know how to beat somebody properly.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Yeah. This one too, right? Yep.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes queen.
Oh. The fuck? How do I? That's how.
Dad loved a good bottle of wine. I can still smell his face.
His favorite.
Dad, this is it. The basement of despair.
Indeed, Lara. Muster your courage, for this is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there. See the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The Keepers of Knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on.
I swear to God, there's a goddamn trap in here. This is the Croft Manor for fuck's sake. There shouldn't be any goddamn traps in here. Right? Hopefully.
My stuffed bear. I couldn't have a tomb without a mummy.
Indeed. I had stuffed toys too when I was a child, and something I was assuming most people did. God, son of a whore.
One of the wire traps Winston made for my birthday expedition. Winston used my hair ribbons to make this. He and Dad put a lot of work into this birthday surprise.
At least Winston give a
Water
fuck about you
damage
to some
from the
degree.
main wall above.
This is a curious question, Laura. When this place is so shitty, why the fuck do you want it? Like, for memory's sake? Because it'll cost you a fortune to fix this fucking place. Just gotta say. A fortune I'm sure you don't have. Then again, you did get from Syria to here to, I think, Siberia in the course of 2 weeks, so maybe you do have the money. This might be the first time I've ever actually climbed a ladder with her in this game. No, it's not. Tomb Raider 2013, you climb a ladder to do the SOS.
Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights.
Wait, it has electricity now though, right? You guys are just relying on candles and shit, huh? Dude, how old is this fucking manor then? That you guys had to install it post-construction?
Amelia left tonight. She packed her suitcase and walked right out of here, and I didn't even notice. Like those days in the Oxford Library before we even met. I just had my nose in a book, lost in my own world.
I am such a fool. I have let my obsession with this damned ritual of long life rule my better judgment for far too long. And it may already be too late. How could I not have seen this coming? I have made this mistake over and over, always putting my research before my personal life. But it's never hurt like this before. I simply cannot live without her. If I have to give up this accursed quest that has plagued me for so long, then so be it. I'm going after her right now, tonight. Well.
Okay,
Well, here's something
Dad's
new.
ledger has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe.
And hopefully it also has the master key.
I've created a clever little map for Lara's birthday expedition. I used the invisible ink Amelia picked up for me in Morocco so many years ago. At the time, I remember being so annoyed by that rather aggressive street vendor, but she just smiled in her sunny way and paid him without a second thought.
I assumed it was just a tourist scam, but it actually works. Turns out it requires a very specific kind of vellum and a heat source to illuminate the ink after it's dried. It should prove a nice challenge for her to fuzz. Dude, how old is Laura at this point in time during this? Because it sounds like she's a child. And I get that Laura was precocious, but how the fuck do you expect a child to just guess that something would be written in invisible ink? The fuck? Your average person would not think that. Even if they are beyond their years.
I've reached the monastery.
As Roth predicted, it was hidden deep in the Himalayas. And now that I am standing on these high stone walls, I am overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the mountains that surrounded me. It is simply breathtaking. But what adds to their spiritual majesty is the truth of this place. The monks welcomed me, as is their way, but they seemed to expect me. They must have known someone like me would eventually come seeking answers. I know this is the place. They've conducted the ritual before. I have seen the evidence, the distinctive symbols carved into the floors, the art displayed on the inner chamber's walls. They've created the elixir before, and they will again if I can convince them. I sent Amelia a message straight away, and I want her by my side for the discovery.
Dad
Wait, what
was
elixir?
looking for an elixir. Was it the elixir of life?
Possibly. I mean, the deathless prophet is in this game, so...
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
Now, let me see. These two myths are referencing the same source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one, in the chapter on Egyptian districts.
Why, yes, I think you're right, Lara.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
Does this mean I'm your research assistant?
That and more, my darling girl.
Takes me back. Those were good times. The best times. One of Winston's notes. He always hid sweets for me to find.
You know, they even say the way research differently. We say research, they say research. I know it's probably the desk, but I'm just exploring. How much of this shit is in here? You know, this is gonna be the last thing I upload for this game, probably. Before Shadow. Oh?
It appears Sir Reginald's helmet fell off. Or didn't I put it back properly?
So putting his head on will do something.
I always accepted.
Richard's unorthodox research was just something I had to live with. But this time, the thrill of discovery has taken hold of me. I never imagined I could be drawn in this way. Richard cabled to tell me he's found the monastery. The symbol was deciphered and the scroll was the key to its location. I don't know if I honestly believe that it will lead to the fabled elixir of life, but I can't help but feel that a great secret awaits us there. My brother was threatening to shut down the expedition, but I managed to talk him down for the time being. Now I'm going to meet Richard. I would bring Lara if I could, but she's still too young. She's in good hands with Winston when she returns. Okay. So basically I'm getting both sides of the argument here. Both sides of the riprap. And another document.
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara's expedition treasure. My favorite painting by Amelia. The day of our wedding anniversary.
Most favorite painting by Amelia. Really?
Okay, got to find those objects to figure out the combination to the safe.
Fucking really? I gotta go on a goddamn
Dad's
scavenger
lighter.
hunt?
I don't remember him ever using it though. The Croft family crest and initials PC. I wonder if this belonged to my grandfather.
I don't know. But motherfuck.
Okay,
Fireplace
should
is
be
so
able to light the fireplace now.
So lighting the fireplace is apparently a really big deal. What's behind the desk though, if anything? Nothing important? Okay. Oh wait.
This is my handiwork. I used to love drawing pictures of tigers. Spent so many hours in here, reading, dreaming of my own adventures.
You should be happy this thing actually still works and has fluid in it. So what did that accomplish? Okay. Whatevs.
This picture was taken in the library. 1820 additions to the main hall in progress.
Well, the main game wasn't too big on puzzles, but this little side quest definitely is. Ooh.
This music is familiar. It's beautiful. This was always one of my favorite books in this library. I used to trace hieroglyphs.
New book. Oh. I did not see that second letter there. What? Oh, the books are blocking the way.
Took quite a tumble off of this old thing when I was a girl. Still feel it in the shoulder from time to time.
Oh, so you feel the tumble when you were a girl, but you don't feel all the falling down you did on the island of Yamatai? Okay. As I said, your body just arbitrarily decides when it does and doesn't want to get hurt. I feel like this is about to be like its own playthrough in and of itself to some degree, because this is a lot longer than I imagined it was going to be. I thought this was going to be like a 1, maybe 2-part thing, but I think it's even more than that. Yo, dude, this like classical music that's playing on the thing, dude, they should put some Serenade for Strings, C minor and or major by Tchaikovsky. Of all classical music, that one's my favorite. I'll even play it at some point.
Blank, except for the image of a key.
Oh shit. Heat source.
I remember this map now. It leads to the master key, but we made it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen with the heat.
Yeah, I got it. I know that. What's in here though? No. Master key. Yeah. Alright, fireplace. Let's go.
I think I stashed one of Winston's master keys in here when I was a kid.
You did. That's what the lighter's for.
I can see the map. Looks like the key is hidden under a trunk near the bookcase.
Under a trunk near the bookcase.
X marks the spot, as they say.
Oh. Fucking A.
The master key. This should get me into the West Wing.
The fucking master key.
Alright. This should open most rooms in the manor, including the Forbidden West Wing.
Now I can get somewhere in this goddamn thing. Alright, let's go.